Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Let's Talk About Sex here on XFM 100.2 with me, Melanie Kelly. And in the studio, I have my dear, darling Emma Hogg. How are you, Emma?
I'm good. How are you?
It feels like I haven't had a radio show with you for too long.
I know. And in fact, I missed you.
I missed you too.
But it's true. I think it's been
yes,
2 or 3 months, something like that.
Possibly in September. It's true, we didn't have a show.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah, we took a break over summer.
We did. That's not going to happen again, okay?
Okay.
I miss you too much.
I know, I really missed you. And I was really looking forward. I was like so excited to come back. You know, I was like, yay, let's go back. Let's do another show.
I haven't seen you dancing in quite a while on your Insta stories.
It's true. And I plan on starting again.
Good. Okay.
I will start again.
Good
I miss
girl.
dancing.
Good girl.
Actually, it's good for my rhythm.
So today we are going to talk about cracking the code for a beautiful relationship.
Oh, nicely put.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey.
It just came to you like that. Just before we started the show, we were like, what should we call this show? And I'm like, the 6 human needs. And Mel's like, yeah, I think that we're cracking the code to a what relationship?
For a beautiful relationship.
I like that.
Let's crack the
I
code,
like that.
baby, you know? Come on. So, we're going to talk about the 6 human needs, okay? And for anybody who's listening saying, 6 human needs, what are the human needs? You know, sleeping, eating, doing that thing in the blue? No! Those are not the needs we're talking about.
No,
Those are the
no.
physical needs. So, tell us. Come on, sir.
Okay, so I want to speak about this concept called the 6 human needs, as we spoke about, and basically the 6 human needs comes from NLP, which is neuro-linguistic programming. It's a school of thought of psychology, basically.
Okay.
So every single person in this world has 6 human needs. Mm-hmm. Okay, so the first one is the need for certainty.
Okay.
So this is the need for routine, for stability. More than anything, it's the need for safety.
Okay, I was going to say security.
Bingo.
So we're talking about career, we're talking about regularity, habits,
Yes.
family.
Money. It's the need to know, for example, that you have somewhere to live, that there's someone around who you can rely on, that you have a certain amount of money in your bank account, this kind of thing.
That would be the root chakra.
Yeah. If you're gonna if you're gonna look at
the
at
red
it like
root
that,
chakra.
yes, totally.
The grounding.
The grounding, bingo.
Okay.
So the thing about certainty is that if you knew every day what you were gonna eat, who you were gonna see, what you were gonna do, what it was gonna feel like, what would happen to your life?
I think you'd get a bit bored.
Titraita. So
Too
then,
mundane.
Exactly. So then we have an opposite need, which is for variety.
Okay, I see what you're going to do there. You're going to do the shifting balance, yeah? A bit of a balance of both.
Exactly.
Okay.
So this is the need. Variety is the spice of life, right?
Yes, it is.
So this is the need for uncertainty. You can either call it uncertainty or you can call it variety.
Okay.
Okay. So you step into variety when you don't know what the outcome will be. You're taking a risk. You're doing something new. It's different. It's novel.
Which is important to have. It's an important element to have in your life.
Absolutely. It keeps it exciting, keeps it alive.
Okay.
Yeah?
Okay.
So we have certainty, variety, then we have the need for significance.
Okay.
So this is the need to know that you matter. Okay?
Self-value.
Yes.
Worthiness.
Yes, that I matter, that I make a difference.
But I matter to me or I matter to others?
To others.
To others.
Well, both.
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 Okay.
Yeah, good question. Both.
Okay.
Um,
Because sometimes you matter to others, but you don't matter to yourself.
True. So yeah, both.
So
absolutely. But then again, some people will mix up this need and will replace it by needing to matter to others, and they'll undervalue themselves. So yes, you're absolutely correct with that.
Because sometimes I feel that you are significant to others, but you live up to their expectations of you, which means that you are not being significant to yourself because you're not being true to who you are and valuing yourself.
In fact, we're going to get to this. So basically, let me tell you the other need, and then I'm going to answer.
Go.
I'm going to
Fidei.
respond to what you're saying.
Fidei.
So then we also have the need for love and connection.
Okay, no man is an island.
Exactly. So
Okay.
we need to belong. Yeah. Now, most people settle for connection instead of love.
What's the difference?
So connection is like fitting in, and love is like belonging.
Okay.
So I will fit in by not telling you how I really feel and who I really am, allowing you to see me as I really am, right? Because I don't want you to reject me, so I'll just sort of mold myself. We'll hang around each other. That's connection.
Okay.
But kind of we hang out together, we have a relationship, it's not nothing, our relationship doesn't mean nothing, but it's not authentic.
It would lack.
Yes. Love is I allow you to see me as I really am. Yes, and I want to know you as you really are. And even with disagreements, even with, kind of separate viewpoints, we know we belong.
Okay.
Yeah?
And you kind of are ready to show bits and pieces of yourself that might be rejected by the other person, but you are willing to share because you want to be authentic.
Bingo.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
So these first 4 needs, certainty, variety, significance, love, and connection. I'm saying them again because I know that if you're listening in the car, like you might be getting confused.
Yes.
And if you want to go back over this, then we'll upload it
Yes.
on the YouTube channel, on the...
Yes,
On-
and then
yeah.
on the Facebook page and everywhere.
Exactly. So you can check it out. And you'll see them clearly. So... Exactly, and I'll up because we're recording now for the YouTube channel.
we just showed
but I'll
you.
put it up clearly for you guys.
So certainty, variety,
Significance.
significance, and love and connection.
These first 4 needs are the basic needs, okay? Or this is what I like to call them. They're the basic needs. So every single human being on this planet is finding a way to meet these first 4 needs. And with every thought, with every emotion, with every behavior, we are meeting these needs. And we do them in ways that nourish us, and we meet them in ways that also deplete us.
Can I ask you a question?
Of course you can.
So as a human being, everybody is trying to find these needs. Are these needs that you only find in a romantic relationship?
No. You can find, really good question. You can find these needs through your work. You can find them in your relationship with your kids. You can find these needs in a hobby.
Okay.
Okay. So let me give you some examples. Okay. So we just focused on the first 4 for now, and then we'll go to the next 2. But let me give you some examples. You can meet your need for certainty, for example, by having a schedule. Okay, that supports you to get everything done. This is a positive way that you meet your need for certainty. Okay, like I'm going to manage to do everything I need to do.
You make your lists.
Exactly. A negative way that you might be meeting your need for certainty is that your schedule is so rigid that then it just drives you berserk, and there's no space for love. Because your need for certainty is taking over your need for love.
Okay.
Yeah?
Okay. I understood.
So let me give you an example for variety. A positive way that a lot of us like to meet our need for variety is we love to travel. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we like to try new food. We like to watch new movies. This is all variety. Read new books, hang out with new people. Okay, these are like nourishing ways. And it's nourishing because it gives back to us. It's like when you spend money on something that makes you feel good, that's an investment, right? It goes further. But when you spend your money on something that doesn't make you feel good, that's depletion. It does nothing for you. That's not an investment.
Yep.
And not just about feeling good, but anyway, I'm going off topic. So
Behave.
I can talk about anything. So anyway, and then...
So the negative way.
A negative way of meeting variety, for example, is... So variety is you want to shift your state, right? You want to bring some form of excitement to your life. So you could, for example, get wasted. That's a negative way of meeting variety, right? Because it's depleting. You're not...
Use different kinds of drugs.
Totally. You could even just start an argument with your partner. Because...
For the sake of variety.
Exactly. Just to shift the energy.
Okay.
If you've been meeting your need for certainty all day by sticking to your routine for too long, then all of a sudden you meet your partner, you're stressed out, boom, let's go into variety, right? You know
On
what
a
I mean?
very unconscious level.
Yeah. Although at the same time, because we do things and they meet several needs for us at one time. And whenever you're meeting a need, whenever you're meeting 3 of the needs through a behavior or an emotional response, consistently, it becomes an addiction.
Oh, that's interesting.
Hey.
Very interesting.
Yeah. It's super interesting. So, for example, you could have a physical symptom, okay? Like you could have a physical ailment, like a bad back.
Okay.
That when it flares up for you, and I'm not saying you choose this because people get very protective over their physical ailments, and I understand you.
No, I know for a fact that when I get very stressed, my back hurts.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, and I understand. Like I get muscle aches, like
Yeah.
you know, so I get it. But basically what happens is when we get sick or when we're in pain, that is also meeting our needs. And when it happens consistently, then it's meeting at least 3 of the needs.
Okay, how does it meet our needs?
So, for example, getting the backache could be meeting your need for certainty. So it's a state that you're used to, that you know that when you have a backache, everything has to stop, right? No more pressure on me. Everything has to stop. So you know what that's like. 2, it could meet your need for significance. That it's like, oi, stop dumping stuff on me. You're telling the people around you, stop expecting stuff from me. I need to take care of myself now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Significance. And it could also meet your need for love and connection because
you get cared for.
Exactly.
And you get TLC.
Exactly.
Okay.
So we unconsciously can be meeting our needs in ways that are depleting for us.
Okay. Okay. We're going to stop for a little while. Okay. We're going to go for a couple of songs and then we're going to come back and we're going to continue cracking the code for a beautiful relationship. And welcome back to Let's Talk About Sex here on XFM 100.2 with me, Melanie Kelly. And today in the studio, I have Emma Hogg.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
And today we are cracking the code for a beautiful relationship.
Beautiful.
I love it. So you're talking about the 6 human needs. And so far you have mentioned the first 4 human needs, which you have told us that they are the basic human needs. If you just tuned in now and you're listening and you're thinking, oh no, I've missed it, not to worry. We put out everything, all the clips on YouTube, on the Facebook page. So, look it up and you'll find it there. So the 4 basic human needs you are saying are the need for certainty versus then the need of variety and the need for feeling significant and love and connection.
Exactly.
Okay. Carry on.
So shall I tell you about the last two needs?
Yes.
Okay. So the last 2 needs are our spiritual needs.
Okay.
Okay. So they're the need for growth. Okay. To be expanding your sense of self.
Yep.
Yeah. And the need for contribution. To be giving back to society in some way. To be contributing to other people's lives in a positive way.
I feel, Emma, that a lot of people get stuck in the certainty.
Yes, and how?
I feel a lot of couples and a lot of individuals get stuck in the certainty.
Yes.
And forget to have fun, hence the variety.
Yes.
Forget all about themselves and live up to what other people expect of them. So they forget about
yes, although then some people will overdo the significance. Yeah.
And also, I see way too many couples who have been together for so long who feel like they dislike one another.
Or don't know each other.
Or don't know each other. Or are awkward with one another. Or don't show pieces of themselves to one another.
Yeah.
And I feel that one of the most important things which out of the 6 that you've written there, which really speaks volumes to me, is the word growth. Because the more you grow as a person, the more emotionally intelligent you become.
Absolutely.
And the more aware, and the more you can see what is happening to you, to your relationship, to people around you. I think there's not enough growth.
No, absolutely. And in fact, you've followed up on, you've led me to my next point.
Good.
So the first 4 human needs, every single person will find a way to meet these needs.
Okay.
Okay. The last 2, the majority of people completely ignore. growth and contribution. Completely ignore. But the thing is, because these are our spiritual needs, without meeting them, we cannot experience fulfillment.
Yep.
Okay?
Or we believe we are experiencing fulfillment, but in reality, it's not.
It's not real, but
It's
you'll
not
feel
real.
it. You'll feel
Yes.
it. Your life will lose its luster.
Yes.
You won't, if you're not meeting the last two needs, life loses its luster. You don't feel as spontaneous. You're not excited. You're not excited by your life. Okay? It just feels like, oh, should wait another day.
It feels like living on a train which passes by all these beautiful countries, and all you do is catch glimpses because you always keep on going, and you never get to stop and really see the beautiful country you pass by.
It's a nice way to describe
You
it.
know,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
how I see it, because some people just go so fast. Same thing in their life, and
Yeah.
you don't stop and get off that train.
Well, the way you're describing it is a bit like you don't stop to tune in with yourself, to understand what your purpose really is.
Exactly.
So that you can take behavior that is aligned with your purpose, so that in that way you can grow. And it's only when we grow that we can give back. Because when we're growing, we're experiencing fulfillment. So it's a bit like a cup filling
Yeah.
up with water, and then you start to overflow so you can give back.
Give back.
When you're always on minus, or you're like barely filled, you become selfish, right? So when you're only meeting the first four needs, what happens is that you function a bit more selfishly, like, and so in some people's case, a lot more selfishly.
From the surface, I would say it, from the up there, the tip,
Yes.
not from the core.
Yes.
Okay.
And I want to speak about something you mentioned earlier. You said that you think a lot of people get stuck in certainty. Yes. What happens with the first four human needs, or with all of the human needs actually, is that we tend to value some over the others.
Okay.
Yeah, so there will be some people who value certainty and love.
Due to maybe social culture
Yeah,
and the ways we have been brought up, maybe.
totally. Due to conditioning, due to fear,
Fear. Yep.
right? So some people would value certainty and love, for example. Some people would value certainty and significance. Now, certainty and significance, when you value those the most, you're going to have a hard time. Because certainty means I need things to be this way for me to be happy. And significance means I need to know that I matter above all else.
Wow.
Yeah? So you need to be a bit careful if those are your two biggest predominant ones. Now, I'm not saying significance is a bad need. It is an important need, and something that I've noticed working with some people is that they actually need to, as you were saying at the beginning of the show, give themselves more significance, actually value themselves and what they want. Yeah?
I yes, because I feel a lot of people live by other people's rules and laws and expectations, and I feel that very few people decide to risk and to show their true nature and to really be who they need to be. A lot of us, and I will say us because for a big part of my life, I also lived up to the expectations of others, because you do. I mean, even growing up, your parents expect you to study, go to university, do this. So you kind of pick up on these expectations. They expect you to get into a relationship, to get married, to have kids. These are all expectations. And sometimes you don't want it, but you end up, I mean...
Yes, you sort of lose the ability to define what is an expectation or what is fear and what is you. What do you really want? What really matters to you? And when we say this, I'm not speaking about selfishness, because I think some people from the older generations might say like, but that's so selfish, because they had more of a sort of collective sort of culture. But it's not about selfishness, because in reality, if you are tuning in with what you were put on this earth to do, okay, so you get in touch with this spiritual aspect of yourself, and you are growing. You are putting yourself out there and growing and contributing to this world. Yes, which this world so desperately needs, right? That is not selfish. That's actually a massive act of service.
I mean, something that I can say is that once upon a time, it was ludicrous and nobody would ever dream of leaving a marriage.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay? Because they felt that it was their duty to maintain that marriage, their duty to stay in that relationship.
Yeah.
Whereas nowadays, we, thank God, live in a society where the people who are stuck in a marriage which is making them miserable feel that they have the choice to leave that marriage, because now we can actually see that if you stay in a marriage where you're miserable and you're staying there for the sake of the kids, this is not for the sake of the kids, because the kids are going to see you unhappy and it's going to backfire anyway.
Yeah.
So at least nowadays we are giving ourselves a bit more of a choice to be in touch with what we want.
Yes.
And yes, I understand what you say, with the older generations might see it as selfish.
You're leading me again.
On to the next one.
Which
Okay,
is
go.
really nice.
Go.
So basically, like, we need to be taking care of our 6 human needs, right?
Okay.
Because if we are taking care, making sure that we are meeting our 6 human needs, and we're meeting them in nourishing ways.
Okay.
Yeah, not depleting ways. Then we are growing and we are able to contribute. We're experiencing fulfillment. Okay. Now, we're on a show about relationships.
Yes.
So imagine 2 people who are not only taking care of their own needs, but are valuing each other's needs at an equal level. So it's not my needs first and then yours. It's your needs and my needs. Yeah? But not tit for tat. It's
No.
like, I want to light you up, right? I know that you have these needs. I know that for you, for example, love is a massive need of yours and contribution is a massive need. So I make sure that I contribute to these needs, that I meet these needs. Yes?
Understood.
We take care of each other. And the thing is that in relationships, what you'll find is some of the needs will be being met very consistently. So, for example, you'll be in a relationship and your need for certainty and connection is being met. But you feel something's missing, okay? And you might ask your partner for that thing. And your partner might turn to you and say, but everything is so good. What are you complaining about?
Mm-hmm.
But
rather than trying to see what you're really trying to tell them.
Yes, but you might be having difficulty understanding it yourself, right? So really what you're tapping into is that there are some of the needs that you are not managing to meet through your relationship, right? So that is what you're tapping into. Like, variety is lacking, or maybe significance is lacking, maybe growth is lacking, and your ability to contribute. And what happens when a couple are meeting just a few needs together, but not all of them, is that then the partners will look to meet those needs outside the relationship, whether that be through work or another relationship or hobbies, whatever.
And obviously, when that happens, the relationship is missing out.
Yeah, it stagnates.
It stagnates.
It can't grow.
Okay, so I'm going to stop you here for a couple of minutes. We're going to go for a couple of songs. We're going to come back and we're going to continue talking about the 6 human needs. And we're going to talk about, I love this, cracking the code of a beautiful relationship. Crack, crack, crack. So we're going to be right back. And welcome back to Let's Talk About Sex, your XFM 100.2 with me, Melanie Kelly, and with Emma Hogg.
Hola.
Hola, chica.
Chica.
So today we are talking about cracking the code for a beautiful relationship. And Emma, you are talking about the 6 human needs. You started by describing the 4 basic needs, which are certainty, variety, significance, and love and connection. And then you spoke about the last 2 needs, which, how shall we put it?
The spiritual needs.
The spiritual needs, the growth and the contribution.
Absolutely.
And you were saying how sometimes some couples get stuck in 2 of the needs and kind of sometimes end up looking for the other needs outside the relationship rather than enjoy each other's needs and
take care of each
take
other's
care
needs.
of each other's needs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So in fact, there's an exercise that you can do. It's not a very comfortable exercise to do.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
I'm not gonna
Here
make
comes
it sound-
homework, everybody.
So, but you can try it, right? So basically, what you can do is you can write these six needs down, and with your partner, sitting with your partner, remembering that the intention is to get to know each other better. Yes, get to know each other better so that you can nourish your relationship more. Always stay with the intention, okay? Because if you go in it from a place of criticism, we are not enough, that's going to lead you to it's not going to be a pleasant experience.
So what you're saying is don't attack.
Don't attack, right? Go in it with curiosity and wanting to learn.
Okay.
So basically what you can do is look at the 6 human needs and ask yourself, you and your partner, ask yourself the question, okay, on a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being not at all, 10 being I rock at this, how much am I managing to meet each of my partner's needs?
Of your partners, not yours.
No, first, how am I managing to meet each of my partners? You give it a guess. So you might rate certainty at a 6, and you might rate variety at a 2, significance maybe at a 3, okay? And then what you can do is write down specific ways, things that you can think of that you could do, like concrete things that you can do that would meet your partner's needs better, right? Like the need for significance maybe is when they come home, get up, go and give them a hug.
Okay.
Don't stay on your phone, right? Could be an example.
Okay.
Or the need for variety could be take them out on surprises, like give them surprises, surprise dates.
Okay.
Whatever. So you guess, okay? So you make a list of the ways that you could help them, okay? Need for contribution could be take care of something for them so that they can go and help someone do something. Or, you know, like need for certainty might be taking care of your debt, you know, stuff like that.
Okay.
It's making sense what I'm saying?
I'm a bit confused, I have to be
Okay,
honest.
ask me.
So you're saying that you are going to give a 0 to 10, okay, to, I didn't get this, on your partners?
No, on you, how you feel you, yourself, are managing to meet each of your partner's needs.
Okay.
So 0 to 10 on certainty, 0 to 10 on variety, and you do that for each of
So
the 6
let's
needs.
talk about variety.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's imagine I have a partner.
Yeah.
Which I don't.
Okay.
But let's imagine that I do.
Okay.
So I am going to tell myself from a 0 to 10,
Yeah.
how much variety am I adding to his life?
Yeah, how well do I feel I'm managing to meet his need for variety?
Okay, meaning, do I suggest that we go to the cinema once in a while? Do I suggest to go out? Do I suggest going abroad? Is that what we're talking about?
Doing things that are not the norm.
The norm, exactly.
Okay, doing things that are different.
Or 0 to 10, how often do I just sit on the sofa and do nothing? That's
Yeah,
what, that.
I mean, kind
Okay.
of if you always suggest going to the cinema, then that's not meeting the need
No.
for variety, right?
I understood.
So,
Okay.
and then what you do after you rate yourself is you would
Are you going to
write-
ask him to rate it, eh? And then you're going to match.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
So then,
okay.
so first you write concrete ways that you think you
Yes.
can meet each of their needs better.
Okay.
Okay? And then we go to the second part of the exercise.
Okay.
Okay? The second part of the exercise is you go through each of the 6 human needs again, rating on a scale of 0 to 10 how much your partner actually meets each of your needs.
Yours. Okay.
And then you write down concrete ways that they could meet each of your needs better.
And then you compare.
And then you share.
And that's when leave the swords
Yeah, and that's
in
exactly.
in the other room.
Exactly, and this is why I said it's
You-
not a
yes.
comfortable.
No, at all.
But it's gonna teach you so much if you take it as a learning opportunity and not an attack and not a reason to get defensive. And when you notice yourself get defensive, just remind yourself you're both a team. You're acknowledging what's not working so that you can boost
Make it work.
so that
Because
you can make it better.
Because I think sometimes there's a lot of couples who think they're doing more than enough for the other person, but they're not meeting their needs And I think this goes into, maybe we'll speak about it some other time, the five languages.
Five love languages. True. We've never spoken about the
No.
five. Let's do that.
Yes, the five
True.
languages.
Yeah.
And basically what I want from you, maybe I want you to say thank you more to me, but you taking care of my car is how you are showing me your love.
Yes.
So
exactly.
sometimes it's just a matter of sitting down and really, really talking about it and saying, listen, I feel loved when you say thank you.
Exactly.
You
Exactly.
know, and making that clear, because maybe your partner, by going to the butcher and bringing food every day,
An act
isn't
of
it
love.
enough that I do that?
Yep. But the thing is, we learn love, our love languages and our needs, right?
From
the
our
needs that
parents,
we value.
yeah?
We learn it from our home environment. So
Yep.
we're literally speaking different languages.
Yes.
To expect our partners to just get it, and for our partners to expect us to just get it, is not realistic.
No.
So rather than seeing this as this exercise as like, it's going to go so badly, like, just try to reframe your perspective and just see it as an opportunity for learning, for connection, and for growth.
I mean, this program is called Cracking the Code to Have a Beautiful Relationship. And at the end of the day, the only way a relationship can be beautiful is if you really sit down, look each other in the eyes and say, this is what I love, this is what I don't like, this is what I need, this is I would like to see more of. This is where we connect, this is where we don't connect, because otherwise we're just going to continue going into circles, you know, passing by each other. Years go by, you know,
Yeah.
and sometimes life becomes so mundane, and you see couples who are so happy once upon a time and yet get so caught up in the certainty, you know,
Or in the significance.
or in the significance,
And then they're
that-
destroying each other.
and they forget to
you know?
sit down and talk and communicate
Yeah.
and
yeah.
talk about, okay, you know, let's do something different this week.
Yeah.
Let's go out on a date.
Yeah, or how can I really show you I love you? How can I show you I'm here for you? You know, and the thing is, like, now that you have this this model, this way of looking at your partner, like, and yourself, the 6 human needs, don't think that you need to be like a robot getting it right, and every time you talk about them, you have to be thinking about the 6 human needs. It's really just a framework for tuning in with each other. For tuning in, you know, and just understanding. And it's such a beautiful exercise, because then you're going to see which needs your partner values more than the others.
And
So
if
then
you do this beautifully, I'm sure that you will have great sex after.
100%, because then you feel
So connected, eh?
Connected. And it's not just, there is the certainty, so there's the safety. But it doesn't just stop there. There's the variety, so there's the spice. There's the significance, so you know you matter. There's the love and belonging, so you can really risk together. You know that you can
feel safe.
You know, there's the growth, right?
Yes.
So you're exploring new ways, expansion of self, and there's the contribution you are giving to each other. Yeah? And you're giving beyond your own little circle, right? I mean, we are all connected. We are here for a purpose. Yeah?
Yep, agreed. Completely.
So, yes, you're going to be passionate individuals if you're taking care of your 6 human needs. So, yes, your
And
sex
that-
life will be pretty damn good.
Yes, because then it reflects, you know, into that. It as you said, the contribution is the cup, which then overflows, and then it overflows everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
But very important, what you said, is when you do this exercise to kind of come at it from a, what's the word, rather than defensive, not a defensive point of view, because we
Yeah.
can become very defensive.
I'd say go in being curious, open. Remember that your objective is to be a team.
And obviously to keep in mind, listen, what is it that we want? We are in a relationship, we want this to work. So at the end of the day, what is your vision for your future?
Oh, nice one. I actually put this as my last note, and then I took it off because I said, now you're going into too many different things. It's amazing. We always do this. We bounce off each other.
Fantastic. So go, you've got the last couple of minutes. Finish it off for us, Emma.
With vision? You want me to speak about vision?
Yes. What's the vision for the future as a couple?
Well,
Yes.
I think it's important that you kind of define what you're moving towards, like, kind of with anything in life, your career, your relationship, everything. So as a couple, it's important that you define what kind of relationship you want to have. Now, here, be careful. It's not what kind of partner you want to have, because some people get hooked on that and they try to make their partner fit their vision.
I get you.
So no, it's what kind of relationship do you want to have? So, for example, I want to have a fun, playful, trusting, vibrant, passionate relationship that has a good friendship and feels like home.
I love that.
Yeah. So
I want that.
So yeah, totally. So after you do this exercise, each of you write down your vision for your relationship. Okay, what kind of a relationship do you want to experience? Share it with each other. See what is familiar. Create a shared vision. And if you want to take it a step further, ask yourself, who do I need to be to bring this relationship into my life with your partner, in other words,
Yes.
right? Because if you want a vibrant relationship, then you need to be vibrant. If you want a passionate relationship, you need to be passionate. You
course.
want safety and friendship, be a friend. Yeah,
Create the safety.
exactly.
Oh, Emma, thank you so much for being on the show. I have truly missed you. Welcome back.
Thank you. Very happy to be back.
So anyway, if you've missed any part of that, we will be uploading the whole clip on the Facebook page and on Emma's YouTube channel as well. We'll be here today week again. Again, not with you, but
Yeah.
you'll be here again for sure. So good night, everybody. Good night, Emma.
Good night. Thank you so much.
Thank
really
you.
enjoyed it.
Thank you. Good night, everybody.
Good night.